I've been all over the place with my emotions, and I was just sitting here, just like, just frustrated, just, mm, right? And then I'm instantly needing myself to justify that frustration. So and I wasn't gonna hit the start button, but now here I am, right? No matter what, I just hit the start button, and I'm gonna process all my emotions on the spot in the moment. The frustration is still there. Right? There's part of me is like, oh, explain why I'm frustrated. I don't need to. I have my reasons, right? But I'm just gonna sit with the emotion of frustration. All right. Again, I'm feeling this need, right, in social situations, like, oh, why am I frustrated? Like, I always need to explain myself. No, I'm just frustrated right now. See, like, again, I want to explain it right now. It's like, no, I'm not explaining it. I'm just sitting here with the frustration, right? It's one of the four primary emotions, just like sadness or fear. Frustration is anger. And then desire is the compulsion. That's the other one. And there's a part of me that just wants to get out of it. And then right now, the waves of whatever is just here. I don't need to name, well, blah, 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 blah. Oh, so many things clashing at the same time. I also tried to do some breath work earlier. It's very interesting, but it may have shifted my. It makes me feel a little nauseous right now, and that may um, add to it. At the same time, it doesn't matter. Part of the exercise with brain, words. It's okay, fear. Hesitate, doesn't matter. Pause, doesn't matter. I love you. Okay, part of this exercise is to realize the absolute perfection of this moment. No matter what I do, I can't get out of it. It can't be unperfect. There's no way. It's a perfect hesitation. It's a perfect mispronunciation. My brain's all looped up on itself, and that's okay. I've let these moments stop me my entire life. So that's why I'm hitting the start button here. I don't know how long, this moment. Again, another wave of frustration. It's interesting. First, it's fear that stops me, and then it's frustration. I don't want to be interrupted, and I don't want my boundaries crossed. But here's my transmutation to reclaim power. Do not blame others for my own inability to handle their weakness, right? So whoever crosses my boundaries, I know that's why I get frustrated, but I don't blame them for violating my boundaries. I upgrade my ability to handle distractions. I upgrade my ability to handle frustration, and then eventually it'll just be no big deal. I simply expect it, know exactly what to do, and just continue on. So, so today's theme right now is not today, it doesn't, this moment's theme is frustration. And I was just going to wait until frustration dissipated before I started anything. But again, these are all lies is not the right word. Excuses is closer, right? They're all excuses for why I don't get started. But hey, I'm going to process frustration. And there was a part of me that just wants to get out of the frustration, use my transmutation of like, oh, how do I get ahead of it? It's like, wait, pause. Why am I trying to get out of frustration? Why don't I just feel the frustration and I just hold it? It feels so weird. It feels so weird because I think every part of my life I've always instantly tried to get out of it. Always. Again, now I feel fear, anxiety, frustration. Part of the frustration. Okay, now I'll talk about it. Now that I have a little bit of distance from it, I want to just teach again. But again, I give words, blah, blah, blah. Again, why my brain does this. Okay, just describe the moment. Okay, my brain does this thing where it just trips up and it says certain words to try to, I don't even understand, right? So none of this is being coherent right now. Oh no, my self-reflexive social brain is freaking out saying, oh no, I'm not making any sense. I look terrible. Cool. Excellent. Right? Another good session of emotional strength training. The worse I feel, the better the session is of emotional strength training. So that makes it impossible to fail. There is no failure. Failure simply does not exist ever, anywhere. Right? At least in the emotional sense, the fear of failure is absurd. At least in the immortal realm, where like live videos, looking bad, social inhibitions. I guess that's really only valid in this instance where I've created this microcosm of a live video where I'm literally just broadcasting. Here I am. I'm not hiding anything. At least I'm trying not to hide anything. Right? Again, I have the boundaries of I never talk about violence to myself or others. So I'm safe in myself and others. I do not give away my informational security. And I do not make loud, disruptive noises that others may misinterpret. Right? So within these bounds, there's utterly no failure criteria. So bring it. I don't want to avoid my frustration. I want to maximize it. And I feel better already. Right? I was just going to wait. Because it's now like 6 o'clock. It's around dinner time. Like, do I start something or do I not? Do I get interrupted? I want to start teaching again, but then it's like it's almost dinner time and then I'll get interrupted. And then it's like, Ken, these are all emotional freakouts that have no roots in reality. I could teach for 5 minutes, and then have it be dinner time and stop. It makes no difference. There's no limits, there's no criteria, right? I'm comparing to the classes, but there are no real rules of any kind. That's the thing. In this universe, there are no rules except for don't cause harm to others or yourself. Don't be disruptive, and don't make yourself easy to be harmed. Informational security, right? This is the box. So I've defined this box. This is one of my biggest ahas within this last week is, oh look, here's the box. And within this box, I'm going to expand as much as possible. And the very purpose is to show the absolute perfection of the moment. In all my hesitations, in all my frustrations, in all my depressions where I don't feel like doing anything, I'm just going to show it all. Right? Shame hides in darkness or something like that, right? So I'm going to put a light on everything that is within this box. Okay. Take a breath. Okay. Now I'm shifting my awareness. I was looking at the screen, now I'm looking at like right here. When I put my awareness right here, I remember my moment by moment awareness. So now I focus on my breath. I'm slowing down my speed. Okay. Every moment is absolutely perfect. There is no way around that logic. Even if it doesn't feel like it's perfect, it feels terrible. That is perfect. So I say this out loud to reinforce it in my own brain. Everything I'm saying right now, I am saying to my own social brain. Because everything is me. There's literally no one I'm talking to. See, I'm listening. Silent. So what is this fear coming from? I know it's being broadcasted, but I'm speaking to no one, and I'm speaking to everyone. The nature of emotions is rather interesting. Like I'm putting a pure logic on it right now. It's just like, I know what my words had no, it led nowhere. That sentence led nowhere. And that's fine. I want to surprise myself. My brain keeps rehearsing words, and it is always one step ahead, and then so I'm noticing that frustration. So I'm just noticing the moment, the infinite information that's in this moment. And I'm rather limited to what I can think and see. Because right now, all I can think about is just what would I say if I was in front of somebody? But that's not the reality. The reality is there's just a camera on, and I could do anything else within the bounds, right, that I've set already. So it's interesting how I'm limited, that my brain doesn't expand to other things. It's just like held right here. My brain's like, what are we talking about? I'm just going to not answer that question and just keep walking. So many subconscious voices, so many emotions all simultaneously freaking out. Well, that's the whole point. So I am doing emotional strength training. As always, I do these videos completely for myself because I'm sick and tired of these anxieties. And part of me is comparing myself to like 2 days ago, where it's like, oh, I felt so free 2 days ago, and now I feel terrible again. So, what does it matter? Feel terrible, right? There you go. Like, my voice is choking up, and I'm just sitting with all of it. I don't want to hide any of it. I see so many videos that are just so clean. They're all edited, they're scripted with all these videos and all these stock photos. And they look great, sure, they hold attention, right? But when I compare myself to them, I never get started ever. Like, oh my gosh, no, 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 no. I will not be a slave to the algorithm. I do not care if anybody's watching. I don't tailor anything to anyone, including myself. I don't do this for any reason whatsoever except emotional strength training, exposure therapy. So it's already working. Whew. I hope people see the thread of this. I hope my future self sees the thread of this. And how I'm just caught in this world and I'm swirling around. My emotions just like caught. Trying to escape. But it's like, this is fine, sweetie. There's nowhere to go. I can't escape. There's nowhere to escape. Now it's perfect. I'm not even trying to do anything. My life is not in threat. My reputation? What reputation? I don't know what my reputation is. I don't care what my reputation is. People can think whatever they want. I've tried my best my entire life. That's it. I want to burn all my reputation. What would be the reputation I want to maintain? That I'm smart? I'm pretty smart already. It's not about smartness, right? I never said I was a smooth talker. I don't want to be. Like, I literally cannot be a smooth talker. That's not possible right now. Not with the massive amount of anxieties and frustrations and everything, right? So that's impossible for me. So this is the correct reputation. Here is the correct reputation for me, is that I stumble over my words. Here's the correct reputation, that I try to keep leaning into my really terrible emotions, and I do not let them stop me. This is the only place I can do it right now. This is all under my own control. So, and I'm thankful for the technology that allows me to do this. And I know it's being broadcasted. I know some out there may see this, and it's like, that's the key, right? And I trust them to just like scroll on by, like I'm not trapping anyone. So this is not ethical. It's like, oh, if I waste somebody's time, that's unethical. It's like bull, BS. Like, no, right? I'm not wasting anyone's time. Like, so I'm talking to my own emotions. Just like, no, sweetie, nope, we're not wasting anyone's time. In fact, I hope I can be a demonstration of how frustration doesn't have to stop you. Anxiety doesn't have to stop you. That this moment is perfect. That we don't wait until we can speak perfectly before we start doing videos, podcasts, teaching. Nothing. I trust people to know how to choose for themselves, and this video is not for anyone other than me. Any other arguments, emotions? See, like, I didn't want to get started, but now I have 20 minutes in, right? If I just sat here for 20 minutes being frustrated, I would have been the one to stop myself, not anyone else, not circumstances, not anything. I am the one to stop myself in my own frustration, projecting it onto others. Yes, I've had trauma. Yes, I've had my boundaries crossed over and over and over and over and over and over and over. La 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 la. Yes, right. If I was in the first phase of trauma, I would not be pushing. I would not be empowering, right? My brain is saying, no, this is wrong. I don't care. Moving on. Maybe everything I say is wrong, right? Assume that. Everything I say can be wrong. I'm just blabbling here. I don't know what I'm saying. Only truth and logic will tell you if it's right or wrong, or your own sense of, you know, inner knowing. So, again, if I say the wrong things, oh no, what if I say the wrong things? Well, just assume I'm always saying the wrong things. Everything I say is wrong. Cool. Any other excuses for why I should not act? It's the freeze. I'm not allowing any excuse to stop. I don't have to go fast. I don't have to do anything at all. But I will not stop. That's the only thing. The only thing is I take one little step at a time, over and over and over and over and over. Okay, fear purge. Fear purge time. I'm going to do everything I'm terribly afraid of that is absurd, but my emotions are afraid of it. So I'm going to do it all. Ready? Make weird noises, weird faces. I'm pausing, freezing. Cringe. Oh, absolute maximum cringe. Turn it to 1000, maximize it, multiply it even more. Can I be even more cringy? Like, can I be even more? Oh, I sure hope nobody's walking in on this right now. Oh no, so embarrassing. Oh, humiliating, embarrassing, shameful. Because I'm supposed to present this image that I'm perfect? Really? Is that. No, this is the perfection. This is the perfect cringe moment because there is nothing that can possibly be not perfect in this moment. Nothing, right? Think about it. How can this moment be not perfect? I've defined it where the whole point is simply to activate the live video and to do emotional strength training once again. Part of me is like, I would have thought I was further along than by now. Cool, that's a perfect thought to feel in the moment. Perfectly feeling like I am behind, perfectly shameful, perfectly weak. I'm so weak. Okay, yep. But isn't showing the weakness in the now moment perfect and brave and courageous? Any other excuse, silly bunny, of an emotional being that I am? You see how silly emotions are? That we neither fight them nor not fight them. We just keep feeling them. That's what it takes. From everything that I've been listening to, I've been listening to The Way of the Psychonauts. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that, right? But so much trauma, in order to process it, we just have to feel it completely, thoroughly. And the trick is to not overreact. So again, the box is, I don't hurt myself or others, I don't give away information or security, and I do not act too loudly that I'm disruptive. Within this box, I'm just going to bounce around like a maniac. So cringy. Oh no. Can I be so cringe that I'm gonna die on the spot? Even if I wanted to, I don't think it's possible. You know? That's what an immortal means. As long as my physical body is safe, there's no way any of this can truly harm me. At least not the way I've carefully constructed my box of safety. You know? in this moment, the whole point is to express utterly everything that's on the inside to the outside. Everything that's on the outside expressed to the outside. Everything that's on the inside expressed to the outside. Shadow work, putting light into shadow for no purpose other than to put light onto shadow, which is the purpose itself. This is so cathartic, really. You should try it. Anger, fear, sadness, desire. What is desire? Ooh, excitement, shame, guilty, mm, upset, frustrated. Mm. Well, wow, my eyes are really tired from that. That's strange. That's interesting. Mm. Whew. Yeah, my eyes are tired from that. Silence. Let's listen to the silence for a little bit. So this is me, walking straight into my shadow, looking at it in the eyes, looking at myself in the eyes, having it reflect back into me. Ooh, here's an interesting. I'm going to pretend I'm the person in the screen. I'm just going to talk to myself. Ooh, that's an interesting reality shift because I'm like, hey, Hector, how's it going? Switching to me now. You talking to me? Yes, I'm talking to you. I'm the person in the screen. I'm on the other side. I'm like somebody I'm talking to, but that other person is also me. He's also, wait, no, wait, that's wrong. Hi, I'm over here. Hey, yep, there we are. Pay attention. I'm over here. You're controlling me over here. Okay. Yes, it looks exactly like me, but that's how I do it. Okay, so I'm a puppet on the other side of me. I'm talking to myself. Mm. Yep, my brain froze. Error, error. Hey, come back, come back. I'm right here. Just stay with me here. Yes, I'm intentionally disassociating. So it's kind of like when we dance, right? When we're looking at the mirror and we're controlling the person in the mirror instead of our body. I'm intentionally disassociating. Whew, how's it feel? It's kind of weird, huh? It's like playing a video game. You move, but you don't actually feel anything, right? How often do you feel like that? This is really weird. Hector, come back. I'm right here. How often do you feel like that in my everyday life, in your everyday life? Whew, it's hard to keep those framed. I feel like I'm gonna turn into a schizophrenic being. Uh, oh, there's the fear of looking crazy. My being's pretty darn resilient, though. It's pretty hard for me to Yep, there's a fear. One of fears is looking crazy. It's like the TV show Heroes, right? Where one of the characters, the blonde one, she looks into the mirror and the mirror, talks to her. And one of the fears is, oh, if I do this trick here, would I develop a disorder? And that's a fear, but the question is, that's just the fear, but the fear, oh, yeah, no, that's catching me right now. Perfect. Welcome, fear. Fear of insanity. Ooh, that's a fun one. Ah. I don't really hear voices, no. Mostly I talk to myself and I think it's me, so. um, yeah, I think the only difference is I know it's all me. So how can it be insanity if it's all me? And I sometimes speak badly of myself, so it's almost like, is that me? Talking, would I consciously do that? But it is me talking to myself. I am talking to myself right now. Oh, it's a collective shadow of insanity, of monstrosity, of threats. Yeah. Yep. That's the fear I'm feeling right now. So I'm going to sit with it, not try to change it, not try to get away from it, not try to make myself seem safe, even though I am. Again, the box. It's a very simple box. Don't hurt myself or others. Don't give away informational security. Don't be loud and disruptive. My jaw is cramping up a little bit. So I'm just going to tell you, because then otherwise, if I just do this, people are going to be like, oh, it's going to be so weird. So I need to justify everything I do in every single moment just in case they misinterpret. And then what? They think I'm weird. I am weird. I'm super weird. The weirdest of all the weird weirdos. Ah, la, 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 la. Is he crazy? No, I'm really not. Just an anxious, frustrated, depressed being who's trying to map my way out of my own predicament. 33 minutes. I feel tired. um, it's interesting how there are words that, like, should I say these things? Like, boom, there's the ideas, and then they lock down. They both want to be said and not said because it's not threaded. I'm trying to feel the nature of this anxiety, this art of speaking when there's so many parts of me activated simultaneously. The emotions, there's the word that my brain just says it right before I say it, and then if I say those words, it feels like I'm just talking out of a script, and that's frustrating, so I try to not say it. So what do? I can't just not say anything, so I activate meta commentary. So I've used the tool of meta commentary to break myself out of this script in my brain. Meta commentary. So I'm putting what is on the inside outside, putting what's on the inside outside. Whew. Whew. That's what I'm doing. That's how I'm, um, uh, right, there you go. Even the meta commentary gets taken over by the script, by the practice script. Um, yep, I have. It instantly gives you like these things that like, oh, say these things, but then the moment it gives me the script, now it's a performance, and it doesn't want to do. And then I have anxiety about performance, so that's why I can't say anything at all, because my brain automatically gives me a script. Anxiety swoops in and freaks out over the script, about the performance of the script. And then I try to say it, but then it feels ugly. It just feels like it just feels ugly. It just feels, ah. Yep, and there's dinner, right? But, yeah, so here I am, deconstructing the nature of my verbal anxiety, including my brain's hesitation and how it just tells me to stop. And then I'm going to keep blowing through it. And the part of me says, don't do that. And it's like, I'm going to do that while you say I don't do that. Over and over and over and over and over. And then using meta commentary to bring what's on the inside, outside, because there is nothing else to talk about. Like when I'm in anxiety, there's no words, so the only thing I can talk about is what is happening now. Love you all. Bye.